Spate of shootings, including incident at Christmas Village, are not the norm, Mayor Parker and law enforcement officials say. 14-year-old alleged Christmas Village shooter charged as an adult. On the day after, the shootings are the talk among visitors to Philadelphia's Christmas Village. 10 among elite universities accused of forming cartel to avoid paying aid. Ex-dean testified that applicants connected to big donors were untouchable. 10 of the 17 elite universities that were originally sued settled for a combined $284 million in July. Penn said the lawsuit has no merit. Abraham Gutman. Bob Casey says goodbye to the U.S. Senate after representing Pennsylvania for 18 years. Casey's defeat was more devastating than Vice President Kamala Harris's loss for some Pennsylvania Democrats, who have leaned on the mild-mannered and affable senator from Scranton. Jillian McGoldrick. With plenty of the off-season to go, what's the next move for the Phillies? If the off-season was a game, it would be the fourth inning. There's no rush to make a move, but the Phillies have a few obvious weaknesses to change the mix of their roster. Scott Lauber. 6 people, including the ringleader of Bucks County catalytic converter theft ring sentenced to prison, probation. Rodrigo Torrejon. The latest. Temple celebrates 2000th win in men's hoops history in narrow home defeat of Davidson 19 minutes ago. Flyers keep it close against the Red Wings, but drop second straight game in 6-4 loss 49 minutes ago. Dacian Shepard's 24 points helps LaSalle take down Fairleigh Dickinson, 77-72 an hour ago. Unidentified woman gunned down in North Philly, shot multiple times an hour ago. Eagles' Jalen Hurts refutes Fox Sports report about Dom DeSandro and Brandon Graham meeting him earlier this season. Up to $10 million in fencing will be installed along rail tracks in Chester, where 2 children were killed last year. Eagles RB Saquon Barkley is feeling good after getting banged up Sunday versus the Steelers. How Kylie Kelsey helped deliver a Christmas miracle to a local teacher and her high school class. For you. Up to $10 million in fencing will be installed along rail tracks in Chester, where 2 children were killed last year. The 2 deaths were among more than 700 trespasser fatalities on rail tracks in 2023. Anthony R. Wood. Northeast Philly woman who stowed away on an international flight arrested, again, this time at Canadian border. Jesse Bunch. With plenty of the off-season to go, what's the next move for the Phillies? Scott Lauber. Iconic mid-century modern home owned by renowned architect Frank Weiss for sale for $3.5 million. Erica Palin. The restaurant community remembers Hiroyuki Zama Tanaka, a friend and mentor. Michael Klein. Most read. More. Vaughn Johnson. Eagles' Jalen Hurts refutes Fox Sports report about Dom DeSandro and Brandon Graham meeting him earlier this season. E.J. Smith. How Kylie Kelsey helped deliver a Christmas miracle to a local teacher and her high school class. Ariel Simpson. Eagles linebacker Nakobe Dean and his family surprise a local single mother with gifts for her and her children. Vaughn Johnson. Eagles RB Saquon Barkley is feeling good after getting banged up Sunday versus the Steelers. Jeff Nieberg. Arts and entertainment. More. The 76. Your indispensable guide to the most vital places to dine in the Philly area. The 76 restaurants that are defining Philly's dining scene right now. How we picked Philly's most vital restaurants. Center City looks nothing like it did in the 1950s, so The Brutalist was filmed in Hungary. The film was shot in Hungary to recreate the look of post-war Center City. Rosa Cartagena. Jason Kelsey stars in a musical Christmas beer commercial with Philly's Silver Ages Choir. Dan DeLuca. Artists never stop, the UArts community remains hopeful for the future. Earl Hopkins. Philly films make it to the National Film Registry for 2024. Earl Hopkins. Majdal Bakery brings Middle Eastern baked goods and babka muffins to Philly's hottest food neighborhood. Jen Ladd. Inquirer newsletters. Sign up. Stay informed with our essential newsletters on a variety of topics, delivered straight to your inbox. Politics and government. More. Chester County Commissioners vote to increase property taxes 13% over resident objections. Chester County Commissioners voted to increase property taxes by 13% as other suburban counties also increased their rates. Katie Bernard. John Fetterman loses bet with Sherelle Parker over the Eagles-Steelers game, declares Wawa is better than Sheets. After his Steelers fell to the Birds Sunday, Fetterman wore an Eagles hat to the U.S. Senate to declare Wawa's superiority to Sheets. Nate File. Why the governor of Delaware is downsizing to a mayor's office. I'm 68, I've got a couple of rodeos left, said Delaware Governor John Carney, who takes over as Wilmington's mayor in January. Joseph N. DeStefano. Mayor Sherelle L. Parker launches a new website to show the city's progress on her campaign promises. The website, called Philly Stat 360, shows the city's progress on more than 30 indicators that fall under categories including safer, cleaner, greener, and economic opportunity. Anna Orso. U.S. Representative Dwight Evans still hasn't voted since his May stroke, but says he'll be back in January. Evans, 70, who won re-election in November, said he will be back when the new Congress is sworn in January 3rd. Julia Taruso. The Wrong Man. A Story of Deception and Redemption. The Wrong Man, Chapter 1. Two gun-toting men argue and shoot 3 children trapped in a tiny Philly candy store. The murder of 5-year-old Marcus Yates shook the city. Now, 36 years later, his mother is on a mission to free his convicted killer. That journey started on a summer day in 1988. Barbara Laker. What to know about our 6-part Marcus Yates murder investigation, The Wrong Man. Jenna Miller. The Wrong Man, Chapter 2. Philly homicide detectives promise to find Marcus killers, and fast. Detective Paul Worrell seemed compassionate, hardworking, and driven. He was on Rochelle Yates' side. Barbara Laker. The Wrong Man, Chapter 3. Detectives interrogate 2 suspects and break the rules. Worrell placed a plastic bag over Michael Gaynor's head and clamped it around his neck, Gaynor would recall. You're gonna talk and tell me you did it, Worrell screamed. Barbara Laker. The Wrong Man, Chapter 4. Prosecutors rely on the words of children and detectives to get a murder conviction. As soon as the judge took his seat and struck the first gavel, the mood morphed from tense to contentious. Barbara Laker. The Wrong Man, Chapter 5. Marcus' mother meets her young son's killers decades later and hears a bombshell. I kept telling them Michael wasn't the other shooter. But no one would listen. Barbara Laker. The Wrong Man, Chapter 6. Rochelle Yates seeks to overturn a wrongful conviction and finds redemption. I see other innocent men go home. That gives me hope. Being bitter ain't going to help me. That could probably kill me. Barbara Laker. Opinion. More. LGBTQ rights in PA must be protected before the Trump presidency. The Welcome Project PA, Eastern PA Trans Equity Project, and Pennsylvania Youth Congress will hold a State of LGBTQ+ Pennsylvania Town Hall this Thursday in Hatboro. The Pentagon's response to drones is dangerous and duplicitous. Either officials truly don't know what's flying above the United States, an egregious national security failure, or they know but are refusing to share information. Gregory T. Goins. A worrisome sign as media companies and tech leaders start lining up to bend the knee to Trump editorial. The widespread capitulation before Donald Trump even takes office is a dark omen for the American system of government built on checks and balances. The editorial board. City Council approved the Sixers arena. Now Philly needs a WNBA team. Let's get behind the movement and show the league how badly we want this. Roman White, for the Inquirer. Affordable housing is a path to a stronger New Jersey. Evesham Township's officials write that affordable housing should be viewed as a way to enhance the local economy, promote inclusivity, and strengthen community bonds. Jackie Veazey and Heather Cooper, for the Inquirer. Nation and World. More. Business. More. Health and Science. More. About Us. About the Inquirer.